Hello, everybody, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Sosnovka on the RDAllen multiplayer server. And we are joined on the server at the moment by Beef Cattle Farmer, Dan, Voxel, and Zarare Badger. And another beautiful day here in Sosnovka. It's raining again. Anyway, we're getting set up to start seeding here. We're getting all our widths correct. There we go. And I figure we'll seed a little bit of canola here. We should be able to go a little faster than this. There we go. And yes, we got the New Holland T7 315 here. Happened to be a nice sale there for New Hollands here. Oh, I think it was towards the end of their last episode or something like that. A nice 15% off sale for New Hollands. Like, oh, perfect. We'll get one of those. Okay, and we're joined by Farm Boy 123 here as well. And we'll just plant both these fields here. Going straight across from here, 20 and 15. I believe the New Holland T7 here is probably the largest tractor we have on the server yet. So we are still working our way up. Like I've been saying, it definitely seems like hard mode here in Farming Simulator 17 is much harder than it was. Oh, tree there. Much harder than it was in Farming Simulator 15. And just a reminder again for anybody that would like to join us on the multiplayer server here, links are in the description below for both servers for the mods needed to join both servers. The mods between the both servers are very similar. The main difference, folks, is the map. Server 1 there is on the maize corn map. That is a 16x corn map. It's a mite corny, if I do say so myself. Okay, and we're joined by Axes. And we're joined by Dallas as well. Okay, a lot of joining right there all of a sudden. And then we also have Server 2, like I was mentioning, for the downloads. Those are in the description as well. Like I've said in the past, 2 download links. The first download link should download all the mods needed to join the server. And the second download link will take you to the server's download page where you can download the mods individually. Or you can download the mods all from there as well. And then we also have a TeamSpeak server as well. Information for that is in the description. And currently for the servers at the moment, folks, the password to get on the servers is on TeamSpeak. So to get the password to join the Farming Simulator multiplayer server, you will have to get on TeamSpeak. Like I mentioned in the past, we're just pretty much using that to keep the riffraff off the servers. Adds an extra step there. And works pretty good to keep most troublemakers off. Dan was asking, is it possible to earn money? Not sure what he means by that. Mod-wise on the server, we haven't really changed up much for mods lately. They've been staying pretty much the same. I know we have updated a few mods here and there. Vehicle group switcher is out, so I will probably be adding that to the server here fairly soon. I have not added it yet. Though by the time you folks see this video, it might be added. I've always found that to be a good mod. Once you start growing your equipment size there, rather than having to tab through all your equipment, you can get a nice vehicle list there. Works pretty good. And before somebody asks, it seems like I've been getting a lot of questions lately. Hey, what's the red and green lines on your field for? That is the GPS mod. Seems like every episode here for the last couple days, I've been getting the question, what are the red and green lines I'm using? That is the GPS mod. And that it can be found in my mod list, by the way. Mod list is in the description as well. So for those who wonder what mods I have, I do have a mod list, and you can find that in the description of all my videos as well. And then obviously if you join us on the multiplayer server here, the GPS mod is one of the required mods, so you will get that as part of the download, or at least you should anyway. And yeah, hopefully it'll stop raining here on the server here pretty quick. I know it seems like in Farming Simulator 15 there it hardly ever rained, but 17 seems like it's been actually raining quite a bit here in Farming Simulator 17. Too bad we don't get like hourly forecast. You can actually see when it's going to stop raining. Also, on the server, I should mention, we do have 3 levels of fertilization turned on. I believe that actually happened when we restored the defaults for the map here. I'm guessing that's when it got turned on, because I don't think we actually ever turned it on. I think that's when it actually happened, and we didn't bother turning it back off. Kind of like we said when we started the map here, let's turn it to 1 level of fertilization, and then once we get a little more advanced, we'll turn it back to 3. So we kind of just left it on 3. Gives people a little more to do on the server here. Plus, I actually also like the feature. It seems like it gives you more options for things to do. You know, you can put the pellet fertilizer. You got the seeder that obviously fertilizes. You can put slurry down, which obviously because we have the biogas plant running pretty much full time, we are getting quite a bit of slurry. And then, of course, you can put manure down, too, if you have enough manure. Don't know that we have that much for manure, really. Anyway, we'll see if we can read a couple comments here from the last couple of episodes. BMX was saying, nice video. Thank you very much for that. Justin was asking, what are those red and green lines for? Like I said, that is the GPS mod. And for those of you, by the way, wondering how to use the GPS mod, I do have a video I made on how to use that. So if you're wondering how to use the GPS mod, just check out that video. I've actually got 2 videos. The first video, just kind of quickly as possible, go over all the controls there in the GPS mod. And then for the second video, I kind of went through some setup examples for like how to set up the GPS for using like a plow, or if you're mowing, how to get the offsets, all that good stuff. So a little more in depth. Sabian was saying buy some Massey Fergusons. But we do have a Massey Ferguson combine here on the map, and I believe we also have a Massey Ferguson tractor as well. Or if not, maybe we got 2 Masseys. Pretty sure we got 1 Massey Ferguson. Uh, 38 Bowl was saying, do you know you're supposed to chop corn for silage on the last growing stage? That's kind of why the chaff is green when it shoots out of the pipe. Go and check Real Maize Chopping. Yes, I'm well aware of that. Unless it's changed, I don't think you can chop it here in the last stage in Farming Simulator 17. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Maybe you can now in Farming Simulator 17. I know in Farming Simulator 15, though, you cannot chop corn until it's fully grown, unless you had the green chopping mod, which back in Farming Simulator 15, I did have that mod, so I could do that in the last growth stage. But to my knowledge, that's not an option here in 17 yet. Okay, that'll do it for those 2 fields. We got 16, 21, and 26 up here yet. Double check what's on these fields. Pretty sure they were, yes, just cultivated. 25 is cultivated as well. Voxel. Not sure what he is doing here. Better figure out what he's doing here before I start planting one of these fields. Try not to get a mixed match of different seeds on the fields here. That is one thing where the glance mod always came in handy. You know, I can see, okay, he's on this field working, but what is he planting? Yeah, looks like he has the other seeder. Okay, I'll leave him to those 2 fields then, or 3 fields, or however many he's going to do. And I'll head over to 25 then. Hey, look at that, it stopped raining. Or it looks like it's stopping. Well, if it stops, we might do a little bit of sunflower harvesting here then. It's still showing the rain symbol though. So until the rain symbol goes away, we can't actually start any harvesting. Okay, and we'll just start seeding some canola on this field as well. That is if we lower the seeder anyway. Always helps if you lower the seeder. And yes, I'm kind of watching there for that rain symbol to go away. Kenny was saying radishes and other cover crops are required on a certain percentage of all your arable farmland in the EU. I kind of find it amusing they actually make that like law. That seems a mite ridiculous to me. But anyway, it's like you said, it's used to partially loosen up the soil and maintain good soil texture. The main reason though, it is also used as a cover crop and pulls up the nutrients and called green manure. Base it says also, you know, when the plant dies, you know, it breaks down and releases the nutrients back into the water. Okay, and Org Overload is asking, what is a good way to connect multiple trailers that have the articulated wheels on them? Seems like I always struggle doing that, and after a while just get mad and ram them together. Well, that is a way you can do it here, I guess. So, articulated trailer. Let's see if we can find one here a moment. AgriLiner here looks like it'd be one of those. That was always a fun trailer there to connect together. Basically, the only thing I can suggest for that, folks, is practice. Pretty much just got to practice backing those types of trailers up. Once you get the hang of it, you'll kind of understand how turning your wheels and such, you know, will turn the trailer. And then what I always say as well, always connect to the front of the trailer line. So if you're connecting multiple ones together, always connect the next one to the front. Don't, you know, put it in the back and then try to back the whole line of trailers up. Just always go connect to the front of the trailers. 2390 Case was saying you can chop corn when it's green. So, okay, that might actually answer my question that I was asking earlier. According to him, you can chop corn when it is green here in Farming Simulator 17. Which is definitely good, folks. Like I said in previous videos, or back in Farming Simulator 15, actually. Back in Farming Simulator 15, they always said they should have it so you can actually chop corn when it's green, because that's when you would do it in real life. Need to hide the GPS spot here a moment so I can actually read some of the comments. Oh, and we are joined by Harvard, by the way. I think I forgot to mention that. Ooh, and the sun's out. Oh, by the way, folks, I forget if I mentioned this or not. When you type in chat now in Farming Simulator 17 here, it no longer shuts your tractor off. Definitely a nice change there. I know I always complained about that back before the update. Anytime you chat, you push enter to send the message, it always shut the tractor off. They have fixed that now, so it doesn't do that. In addition to that, I think we also shut off the manual ignition. Joshua was also saying, I also very much like the tractor sounds when the tractor is pulling. Another great feature is that the tires actually sag under weight. The more weight, the more they sag. Especially notice this on my combine. He also says, great video. Thank you very much for that. And yes, probably not a feature that is extremely noticeable. I don't know if I can even get you folks a really good shot of it. You can probably see it on the front tires a little bit. Not really noticing any at all on the back tires. The front tires there, maybe with that 2,400 kilo weight on the front. Probably a little extra weight on the front of this tractor. And it looks like somebody's already started the sunflower harvest. We'll probably grab the other combine unless somebody's got it already. It looks like it's sitting over there yet. Maybe we'll see if we can do that here. Okay, and we're back and joined by Bull here. And we got the other combine and just a row crop header here. Looks like, what do we got? Eight row crop header. Shouldn't take too long here with two combines working on this field. Oh, and I just realized too, my sound is gone, isn't it? That still happens after the synchronization sometimes. Really annoying thing there in Farming Simulator 17 here on the multiplayer servers. Helper G has stopped work unexpectedly. Tank is empty. Okay, he ran out of seed. Oh well. I believe the Massey Ferguson there actually has the official sunflower header on it. Probably one of the big advantages there of the sunflower header, you can actually go 9 miles per hour. So I didn't quite catch the name of who's running the combine there, but if you're wondering why he's flying up and down the field, well, it's because you can go 9 miles per hour with that header. As opposed to, just the regular headers, which are limited to 6 miles per hour. But like I've said in the past, folks, I've always wished they would change up their harvesting mechanic so that the speed of harvesting is actually related to what is going into the combine. Say, for example, if you don't fertilize your field, you're going to get a smaller yield. Well, you can probably harvest at, let's pick a number. Let's say 10 miles per hour. Whereas if you fully fertilize your field, maybe you can only harvest at 4 miles per hour. Or if you like to cheat and put a humongous header on a small combine, well, you might only be able to go 1 mile per hour. Or take it the opposite way here. Large combine with a 4-row corn header. Go 10 miles per hour again. Like I said, that's always something I wish they would change up here in Farming Simulator. Kind of a mechanic I would like to see changed. Anyway, back to the comments here. Phil was saying, by the way, the bigger seeders don't like to be filled when unfolded, so fold them up when you fill them. It seems to work much better. And you should be able to fill the spreader, the seeder and the spreader, both from the trailer without unstrapping. Okay, so good to know there. Brian was asking, can you please put the save game for the basically the multiplayer server map he's asking about here. He would love to have all that silage. Unfortunately, I think it's probably a little too late for that. If I had thought of it at the time, folks, I probably could have. If I remember, next time the biogas plant is full, I'll create a copy there of the save game. And I'll try to remember to put that up for you folks that would like to have it. But yes, if I put the current save game up, you're not going to have much silage there. We are working at filling it back up again from the looks of it, but it's obviously not completely full here again. Like I said, I really need to hide the GPS mod there so I can actually see the text chat. Back when they updated the game here from Farming Simulator to 1.3, they moved the text chat down, so it's now where the GPS mod is. Previously, the GPS mod always sat just below the text, so it didn't interfere with it. But yeah, now the chat interferes with the GPS mod, unfortunately. Felix was saying there on Goldcrest Valley here, you should have waited to sell the soybeans. I believe the price is typically a whole lot higher. Not sure on that. The price looked pretty good to me when I was selling soybeans there last episode, but I could be wrong on that. Nathan was asking, can you please use a New Holland in one of your videos? Well, hey, guess what? Wasn't maybe necessarily intentional, but I started out using the New Holland seeder there, which maybe we better fill him up again a minute, just so he finishes. Yes, vehicle group switcher would be handy right here. And like I said, folks, I'll probably be adding that to the server here at some point. The trucking farmer was saying, yay, I'm not the only one that drives down the road with my hazards on. Okay, we'll get the seeder filled up at the moment. That's actually probably the most common sight for seeing tractors drive down the roads where I live, folks, is seeing the hazards on. Don't see too much in the way of the beacons. I wouldn't say they're quite as common. You usually don't see those. What we usually see is hazards, or what we call four-ways. That's usually what most tractors will have on when they are going down the road, at least where I live anyway. Okay, we'll refill the seeder here. Benjamin was saying, very nice. Thank you very much for that. Jay was asking, what's the server name and password? If you're looking for the multiplayer server, just search for RDAllen. It is under the international servers. And like I mentioned earlier in the video here, to get the password to join the server, you'll need to get on TeamSpeak. And then, of course, the downloads for the mods is in the description of this video below. Jordan was saying the seeders you have on the server will cultivate as well as seed. Here again, folks, I have to pick a little bit of a bone here. Technically, they will not cultivate. They will no-till. Well, yes, he is correct. The seeder will no-till here. So cultivation is not necessarily required. Now, they might have... This field might have been plowed. That might be why it's being cultivated. I'm not sure. Oh, that was interesting getting out of the vehicle. Definitely throwing me out of the vehicle, that's for sure. It's actually kind of more of a multiplayer thing there, folks, when you hop out of the vehicle and you end up, you know, somewhere completely unexpected. Just kind of a multiplayer sync issue there. Max is also asking, what's the multiplayer password? Again, folks, TeamSpeak. If you want the multiplayer password to get on the servers, get on TeamSpeak. And by the way, with TeamSpeak, you don't have to have a mic, so if you don't have one, don't worry about it. It is not required. Obviously, if you want to communicate back with us, you're going to need a mic, or at least it's going to make it easier for you, but not necessarily required. Jake was saying if you select a mission icon and then get back out and get back in again, it will give you different equipment for the mission, and a different equipment will earn you different amounts of money. Yes, it will. I've actually found that out quite noticeably there. I was mentioning this here last episode. I did all those missions for the field. There's actually a big difference there in pricing for the field, or for the amount you can make on the field there. And that's one of the reasons I made so much, is because I actually went with the smallest equipment for each mission. Plowing, for example, it was the largest plow. It was the Salford plow. I might not be pronouncing that right, but it was the largest plow. I actually have the one larger plow that we have in the game here. It's the Horse Tiger, I think. Oh, let's see if we can find it in the shop here in just a moment. Under plows. Yes, this one right here. If I did that mission with this particular plow, I think I would have made $25,000, it said. However, if I did it with this plow, now I don't know what the difference here is, folks. I mean, it's not that much smaller. I would make $65,000. If I remember my numbers correctly anyway. So, I mean, this is 10.2 and this is 6.2. It's like, it's not, I mean, okay, it's about twice as big. But 25 versus 65. So yes, definitely went with the Salford plow there. And then again, when cultivating, there was two different size cultivators. I went with a little bit smaller one, made a little bit more money that way. And then for planting, folks, it gave me the option of the Amazon Condor, which is what, 15-meter cedar. And then it gave me the option of the 8-row Converland cedar. At least I think it was 8-row anyway, or 6-row, 8 or 6-row. And obviously, you know, if I went with the 8-row cedar there, I think it was like $80,000 to plant the field, versus again like 20-some-odd thousand if I used the Amazon Condor. So that's how I made so much money. Maiden was saying, you copied SV Gallico. He has the biggest pile of grass on the PlayStation 4. That would be, I would say, 100% incorrect, folks. We did not copy him. And technically, we are playing PC multiplayer here as well. Colin was asking, can I join the multiplayer server? Like I said, folks, anyone is welcome to join the multiplayer server as long as you play nicely. You're welcome to join. Matthew was asking, can Xbox or PlayStation players play with PC? Not to my knowledge, folks. I know on the Steam page it says multi-platform game, or multi-platform multiplayer, or something like that. Kind of makes it sound like you know, PlayStation, Xbox, and computer can all play together. And I know you can do that with some games, but I don't think that's the case with this game, even though it kind of makes it sound that way. Keegan was saying, you need a bigger combine. He's talking about single player. They're not the multiplayer game. But even multiplayer here, I would have to agree with you. We could use some bigger combines. Although these combines aren't too bad. These are like middle of the road ones, by the way, for those who wondered. They're not like obviously the smallest ones, but not the biggest ones either. I believe there's a bigger Roast Lamash and there's a bigger Massey Ferguson as well. And we're just about full here on sunflowers. Okay, for those of you with OCD, don't look at the other side of the field. Doesn't particularly bother me at all, like I've said in the past, folks, but I know some people, it just drives you folks nuts. So don't look at that side of the field. Let's just look at my side of the field, which I think I missed a little bit around here somewhere. I know I seen a missing spot somewhere, but anyway, folks, I think with that, we better wrap up the video here. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.